Uganda's politics has a complex history regarding women, marked by both progress and setbacks. The country has made significant strides in promoting gender equality, with women playing crucial roles in various aspects of society. However, patriarchal norms and conservative values continue to hinder women's empowerment. The 1986 National Resistance Army (NRA) guerrilla war led by Yoweri Museveni brought up a new regime, opening up opportunities for women's rights reforms. The 1995 Constitution enshrined gender equality, providing a framework for women's empowerment. The 2006 National Equal Opportunities Policy aimed to eliminate discrimination and promote equal opportunities for all Ugandans, and the 2010 Domestic Violence Act was passed to protect women from domestic violence. Despite these laws and policies, Uganda's politics regarding women remains quite disturbing. The 2021 general elections were marred by harassment, beatings, and online abuse, with women bearing the brunt of online harassment.
I personally was beaten. My back still hurts up to date because my spine was hit with an iron bar that these military policemen move with. You might think it's just a mere stick, yet it's an iron bar. So it was so bad. It was so bad.
This raises a crucial question. Have Ugandan women's involvement in politics made progress?
What I see in the politics of Uganda, we can see women in big positions, but do they take decisions? They don't. They have to consult. They have to depend on the appointing authority, so they cannot take personal decisions. And to me, it's so hurting. I would wish to see a Uganda where women can take decisions without being intimidated, without being used, and they can implement according to their authority. But that is not happening.
The opportunities they would have, because many women will not speak before the male leaders of the party have spoken. And there seems to be a contradiction in the things that the male leaders pay attention to. If you're going to talk about reproductive health, maternal health, women's rights, and all that, when you're speaking, yes, male leaders, because most of the political parties are headed by males, are dominated by males. And for a woman to make a comment, they'll even have to first ask, what is the party saying?
You'll find that most of the women representation we have in parliament is those districts. It is 136. But how many members of parliament do we have? 529. So all the 289 other members of parliament are men. The women who are on the constituency MP seat are 4. Now 4 women plus 136 is how much? That's like 139. Those are the women that we have. So we have the affirmative action and then plus the main seat of constituency. So it means that as much as it looks like the number has increased in parliament, it's only increasing because of affirmative action. The constitution does not stop women to stand on these other constituency seats. You can sit on those other constituency seats. But most people think because there is an affirmative action seat, that is where the women belong, which is a wrong perception.
Although fellow women, including journalists, have come on board to support and amplify their voices, they are also victims of torture.
The terrain is not fair for women in politics, but also those doing work that relates to politics, especially the journalists. We work with politicians so much, but the terrain is not favorable. The environment is so bad, and government is not, it doesn't seem to be helping to make this better for journalists and women in politics. We have seen many women being put down. They've been pulled down by men. They've been looked at as a threat to these men, especially when they are vying for the same seats that do not only consider women as candidates. So we have seen many being pulled down, but also security has attacked women so badly, they do not care that this is a woman. There is a certain politician I saw who was grabbed by the breasts. That was so bad. So it means our environment, our system does not appreciate women, and they do not even think about it, how they can engage these women in politics, or women in these fields that work so much with politicians, on how to handle them, engage them, and maybe do everything or enforce the laws in a respectable manner.
According to Charity Ahimbisiwe, chairperson of the Uganda Media Women's Association, UMA, women face additional challenges that restrict their representation.
The first one being financial instability, that women do not wield a financial muscle. They will always want the support of their fellow male gender to give them that money to participate in politics. There is data to serve and to substantiate this position. There is data that exists that substantiates the fact that women are less financially empowered than their male counterparts.
What could be the possible solutions to curb this vice in order to allow women to participate freely in politics?
We still feel like there is more that has to be done. And I feel like more young people, as women, have to still pull into the spaces. Even with affirmative action, I feel like we need to figure out many more ways to pull the young women into the spaces.
What I see in the politics of Uganda, we can see women in big positions, but do they take decisions? They don't. They have to consult, they have to depend on the appointing authority, so they cannot take personal decisions. And to me, it's so hurting. I would wish to see a Uganda where women can take decisions without being intimidated, without being used, and they can implement according to their authority. But that is not happening.
In the political spectrum, before you go into that governance space, it is important to understand how does it work. You're going to be attacked. You're going to be personally attacked. How do you soar above those personal attacks? It's going to be the skills you have. It's going to be the knowledge you have. It is going to be the focus on policy and what took you into that governance space that is going to keep you going. It's not the attacks that are going to come, because they will always say you are sleeping with a certain man, a certain person is the one who is supporting you because you've worked so well with them. It will always come. So when you're going there, you should be aware.
Nagujja Serena for NSTV.